Hello everyone, this is Optimus Prime, and Transformers 2007 has turned 15 years old this month. Yes, Transformers 2007, the 2.5-hour long ad. This movie promoted the toys, the brand new models from different car companies, the Xbox, and even freaking Mountain Dew. And you know what? I love this movie. Now, before you cancel me on Twitter, hear me out here. This, along with Transformers Age of Extinction, was one of the many movies of Transformers that got me into the franchise in general. Without these films, I wouldn't have gotten as many Transformers collectibles and figures that I've gotten, and I wouldn't have such a deep knowledge about the absolutely amazing lore, even though there's like many different variations of it. While, yeah, Michael Bay's take on the Transformers franchise is insanely outlandish in itself, and let's be real here, the overall concept of Transformers is outlandish in general, I don't really think it was all that bad. I've always had fun watching every movie, and the designs at the time I always thought were really cool looking, and I still think that they look really cool. And while the franchise itself is very imperfect and sometimes the continuity gets very mixed up and very wrong, I still really like these films. Now, yesterday I did have the liberty of going to see Transformers 2007 in theaters for the first time, and oh my god, was that just an absolutely amazing experience. And it's just very hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that the last time that movie was in theaters, I was 2 years old. But one thing that I really do like about this film is that when it comes to the promotion for the toys and the film, they kind of both went hand in hand. The movie helped to promote selling the toys, and the toys helped to hype up the movie. And I thought, why not take the time to look at one of those toys from Transformers 2007. And today, we are taking a look at the Transformers leader class, Optimus Prime. The Transformers 2007 leader class Optimus Prime, a figure that seems practically primitive to what we have now. But is it? The truck mode does feature a light up and sound gimmick to emulate the look of the headlights as well as the truck horn. Prime here does feature a very nicely proportioned looking truck mode. It may not be 100% accurate to how he looked in the movie, but at the same time I really still do like the look of this truck mode. It is to basically emulate the Peterbilt truck, except without the Peterbilt logo, but it does capture the look of it very nicely. We get the basic boxy look of the truck mode, as well as pretty much just all of the other parts and things that makes it a truck. We get the gas tanks on the sides, we get the wheel wells on the back, we even get the little kind of caging detail on the backs with these little details, which ultimately is not too accurate, but it does capture that look. The only other problem is this just gaping a hole in the back, but at the same time it's there for a reason, so it is not the biggest deal, and it does stay hidden very well, especially when you're looking at it from the sides or from the front. But overall, when it comes to just the detail and the accuracy, like I said, not 100% accurate, but it does capture the look of the Peterbilt truck very well. One cool feature I would like to mention is that the tires are in fact made of rubber, which makes it a lot easier to have him roll, and I really like that. I do enjoy the metallic blue color on the sides of the truck as well as kind of on the front. While this does not look the greatest right here on the front, it's not the worst, but I really do just like that blue. I'm a huge fan of it. The red and especially the orange fade that kind of they airbrushed on to the side does look very nice, and I do like that. I love the flame details, and I love how they didn't miss anything in terms of the flames on any certain part. We still get it on the wheel wells, we still get it on the top, we still get it on the sides. It's pretty much everywhere it needs to be, and I really enjoy that. The headlights are this really nice clear blue plastic, and it does capture the light very nicely, and it is the same thing for the windshields, and there is a lot of really nice inside detail in there as well. Heck, they even decided to paint the Autobot logo. Nice. Now, something cool I would like to mention. If this was bothering you, simple fix for that. You can pop it off and just have it look better. And yeah, I really like that they did that. When it comes to most toys with gimmicks nowadays, they just keep it attached. And it's not the biggest deal, but at least Hasbro gave us something to do about that. So that is something that I really do like. But it is basically just the gun, and it does have this little clip right here, which you can just store in the back. I don't think you can store it just, there. It has to be stored facing inside. But honestly, that's a good thing, because if you accidentally press the button with the missile, it would go inside and you wouldn't lose it. So Hasbro thought ahead, and I really like that. So yeah. And so I've about covered all of the features and details in the truck mode, so let us get down to the robot mode. Now, I am going to transform this in a certain way to where it shows off all of the gimmicks that it does include. And I really do like these gimmicks as well. And to start off, what we are going to do first is we're going to take these two side panels, untab them from the sides like so, and like so. So that will free up this section. Next, take these parts right here, flip them up. There are two kind of hinges right in here, so you want to flip that up and flip that up as well, and then just flip these down for now. Next, take these sections, bring them out and down, and then simultaneously rotate these down, and that will flip up the front toes. Next, take this and flip these down, and there we have that part all done. Next, what we are going to do is come here to the back, take these sections right here, untab them like so, bring them down like that and like that, and that will free everything up like so. Next, bring these down like that. They are on nice ratchet joints, which I do like. Take these sections, bring them up, and bring them up like that, and they will technically lock into place. Next, untap the legs like so, and then take these sections, just kind of fold them down for now until we deal with them later. Next, take this section, untab it like that, bring the legs down like so, and we can deal with pretty much all of this up here. Move the camera up, and we can continue. Next, what we are going to do is take these sections, untab them from the bottom, flip these around and down, flip that up, do that on the same side, like so. Then take these sections right here, flip them up like so, and then rotate them all the way around, except you do want to untab these sections first, like that, and then rotate all the way around on both sides. Next, just tab these sections in. There's a slot right here and a tab right here. Tab that in. Same thing on the other side, and then tab that in like so. And there we have that part kind of done. Next, take this, bring that down. It will lock into place. Bring down the legs like so, and like so. Did not mean to press that. And straighten everything out right there. Next, take these sections, not flip out like that, bring them up like so. Take this section, bring it around. There's a tab right here and a slot right here, like so, and then just have that part in like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring this up, rotate that around, bring this around, tab it in, and there we have the back all done. Yes, he does have a very large backpack, but not a big deal. Now let us deal with the arms. So basically what we're going to do here is we're going to take the arms, bring them down. They're kind of on ratchet joints, and just straighten this section right here out like so. Take this, bring this down, rotate it around and bring it down, and then bring the arm forward like so, and then flip up this section like that. Come around here to the back. There's this little gate section that I was talking about earlier. The hands will fold out of there, bring that down, bring that in, and there we go, and then just flip out the thumb. So there we have one arm pretty much all done. And we will do the same thing on the other side. And there we have the arms all done. Next, what we are going to do is take the wheel well sections from earlier, and then they will accordion up like so, and then just tab into place like that, and do the same thing on the other side. Rotate that up and tab it in, straighten everything out like so. And for the finale, what we're going to do is take this section. I'm going to bring my camera up yet again. I'm going to take this, bring it down, and there we have the Transformers Leader Class 2007 Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And here in robot mode, Optimus Prime stands approximately almost a foot tall. This figure is very much just a giant moving box, but I love this giant moving box. Truck mode detail does get carried over into the robot mode, and it does look very, very nice, and we do get a lot of just the basic action figure parts in general, and I just think that it looks really, really good. Now, a lot of people just don't really like this robot mode, and I can see why, I can understand why, but honestly, I don't care. This toy has a very unique charm to it that I absolutely love, and it's not that bad. It really is not that bad. It's got a lot of really cool gimmicks. It's got a lot of really cool features and articulation and paint, and it's a great figure in my opinion. I don't see very many issues with it. If people don't like it because it's not accurate enough, well, boo-hoo, I guess, because it's a toy. It's a kid's toy. It's made in 2007 for younger people. Accuracy doesn't really matter. And in terms of, you know, what is there in terms of, you know, accurate detail, I mean, it's not too terribly bad. I mean, it's for a very chunky toy, it is decently proportioned. I mean, yeah, it's very, very outlandish, like I said earlier, but, you know, it's a Transformer, and Transformers, and the idea of Transformers are very outlandish. I mean, he's got a huge, huge backpack, like, holy crap. But it's not the worst looking. I really do like how this figure does look, and that is just my opinion. Now, sadly, the only thing that does not get carried over into robot mode is any kind of electronic feature. That's really just where this part came in, is just that. That's really all we get in robot mode when it comes to the electronic features. But I'm not really complaining, honestly. At least it's not overly sensitive to where if you move it the wrong way, or if you even like touch it like within like an inch, it's not going to go off and go crazy or anything like that. So I do like that. I don't like when electronics are uber sensitive. But you know, that's just one thing that I do kind of prefer about this, and I'm actually kind of happy about it, not gonna lie. But when it comes to paint and detail, the detail looks very, very good on this figure, and the paint from the truck does carry over into the robot mode, but we do get extra bits of paint, like on the arms, on the shoulders, on the head, which is very nice. The head, I do like the paint on that, and pretty much a lot of other things as well, like just kind of the gold in some areas, especially right in here. I think it does look very nice. So they did not miss when it comes to the paint, so they did a pretty good job in my opinion. Now, one of the other features I do want to mention, bringing back the gun, basically just popping that back on to the little groove right there, and yeah, it does store like so, but it does have this feature. So there is this little track right here, and all we got to do is push that forward, and it pushes the gun forward. And I do really like how this looks, because it pushes, not only does it push this forward, but it pushes the gun forward. And I do like that. I think that is really cool. Now, the gun is very chunky, I will say that, but I don't mind it. It's another thing that I really don't mind, and in fact, it just makes the figure feel complete, and I like that. But the other cool feature is that, yes, he can fire his missile, and he can fire it pretty far. Yeah, and pretty hard too, because holy crap, that made an impact. But this is one really fun thing that I do like about this figure. But if you do have it, you know, be careful, because of how fast this thing fires, it can get lost easily. I did lose this at one point. I did find it, obviously, but yeah, it can very easily be lost. So just be careful of that. But yeah, really cool gimmick, and there's a lot of really nice gimmicks on this figure, and I really enjoy that. I think Hasbro knocked it out of the park when it comes to gimmicks, and honestly, I do miss the gimmicks that we had on these older figures. Like, we don't get any of that kind of stuff on the new toys anymore, and yeah, I miss it. I wish they could bring it back, but you know, what can you do? Now, when it comes to Optimus's articulation, we do get a basic swivel at the head, and it can not go all the way around, but that is because of the electronics on the inside, so don't force it. We do get a swivel at the arm, so it can go all the way around like so. It can move out about that much and about that much, and it is double jointed, but that's mainly for transformation. And there is a swivel here. The hands don't really swivel, But there is something really cool. The thumb is on a ball joint and all the fingers are individually articulated. So that is very, very nice in my opinion. I do kind of wish that more Transformers figures would have that. And they are kind of incorporating it a little bit more into their figures, but you know, individual fingers is where it's at in my opinion. So yeah, so that is very, very nice. We don't get anything in the waist at all, but you know, due to transformation, sacrifices have to be made. The legs can kick forward about this much and back about that much before it gets stopped by the back, and then there is a swivel at the knee. Now, one cool thing that I would like to mention is that these sections do bend, and that is to accommodate for the knee bend. Does it work the best? Not really, but that's pretty much how far the knees bend. So you don't really get too much out of that in terms of the knees, but that's pretty much about it. But I do kind of like that they included that just for extra clearance. They kind of had that in mind, so that's good. And not last but not least, but the feet are on ball joints, so they do kind of go in and out and all the way around and all that kind of stuff. So that's yeah, that's pretty much about it when it comes to the articulation for this figure. But yeah, no, Hasbro did a excellent job when it comes to the ingenuity and everything else on this figure, and I think that they did an absolutely outstanding job. For a size comparison, here we have the Transformers Leader Prime next to the Classics Optimus Prime, a basic 1/144 scale Gundam, and the Marvel Legends Thanos. And overall, my final thoughts on this figure: it is an outdated design, but at the same time, the engineering is something that I feel like is kind of ahead of its time, in my opinion. Everything that needed to be painted was painted, all the detail is there, pretty much everything is there. And when it comes to, like, you know, what we see with, you know, more modern figures and all that kind of stuff, we don't really get to see that kind of stuff anymore. So when it comes to just all that kind of stuff, I mean, even the size too, like, this is a basic leader class figure, and this is a leader class figure for today. How did we get to this point? How did we get from figures that are absolute giants to this? I mean, don't get me wrong, like, what we have now is leagues better in terms of looks and engineering, better than what we had in the past, but this is the more fun alternative in my opinion. I mean, yeah, this is fun to play with, but my god, like, just how? I don't know. Overall, the Transformers 2007 Leader Class Optimus Prime is quite literally a gem to behold. I think in certain aspects this figure was way ahead of its time, and I have major respect for that. But guys, that is about it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.